It's a brand new exclusive event with all your favorite South Park characters.
Dude, school is gonna be so awesome today. I had explosive diarrhea all night.
I like big boobs.
Oh, hamburgers.
How does this even make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
It's mine, I got it.
Perhaps you should no longer be a Prime member.
Please, I'm trying to get everyone back to work. I'm gonna do everything that I can.
Then we have an understanding. Goodbye, Mayor.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my Lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now. I went to space for real. That makes me Space Captain Perry.
You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
You're officially an astronaut. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
Katy Perry jumped out of the aircraft and kissed the ground in a painfully cringe moment that has been roasted online.
6 women just did the same flight that...
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, I just want to keep hugging you.
It's so cringy.
Look at us, we're very wealthy. Don't we look great? Admire us.
The crew who flew in space this week on an automated flight by Blue Origin were glam. But you cannot identify as an astronaut.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
She essentially took a roller coaster ride.
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
What were they up there, 10 minutes?
Let's not minimize this. Let's celebrate female astronauts.
That's the other thing. There has been female astronauts.
Let's not minimize this.
I thought it was condescending. It was belittling to women.
Lots of other people in the media were embarrassing themselves during this ordeal. Oprah Winfrey actually wept as she watched the all-female team launch into space.
Katy Perry went to space and somehow made it feel lame. Just think about that. She reached the edge of Earth's atmosphere, a place most people will never see. And what did she do? She stared into a camera like she was shooting a music video. Earth behind her, space in front of her, and still it was all about her face.
Oh wow, what a valiant explorer.
Katie!
Woo! She picked the flower and then she kissed the Earth. Okay.
The 11-minute space flight that was touted as some kind of divine feminine gift to humanity.
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind.
You look ridiculous. Everybody looks ridiculous. This isn't a moment for feminism. That's a dick rocket that was designed, flown, and paid for by men, and you are simply baggage on that rocket. That's all it is.
Welcome to 2025, where billionaires send celebrities into space, and the celebrities send their egos right back. This wasn't the space race, it was the fame race. And now, South Park is coming in hot. Trey Parker and Matt Stone saw Katy Perry's space stunt and said, let's roast that. No filters, no holding back. They're turning her 10-minute rocket ride into one of the most brutal takedowns we've seen in years. And honestly, she asked for it. Because when you treat space like a red carpet, don't be surprised when South Park treats you like a clown.
But if Katy Perry started singing and I was trapped in the vacuum of space, you better believe I'd find a way to end it.
What did they do? Prior to going up, you said that you needed to go to space to heal. I know you're only a few minutes removed from this.
I feel super connected to love.
Now we have to witness, who is it, Katy Perry? I didn't even know she was still relevant.
Goodness. I will never be the same.
On April 14th, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' pet rocket company, launched NS-25, a historic suborbital mission carrying 6 passengers. And by historic, I mean historic levels of cringe. This wasn't NASA. This wasn't Apollo 11. This was a vanity project with better lighting.
There's nothing frivolous about what we did. Let's see how it went on board the Blue Origin spacecraft.
Flynn, I got
with
you.
her Daisy?
I got you, Flynn. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, because you did it, it makes me think I can do it too.
You know, it's so funny. She said she's heard from women and girls who have said to her, I didn't realize this is something I could do. You know how I know that didn't happen, Megan? Because it's not something they could do, because they're not friends with Jeff Bezos, right? Like
The passengers, 6 women, supposedly changing the world. That's what the headlines said. In reality, it was 6 ultra-rich celebrities and elites blasting off in a billionaire's toy rocket for a 10-minute ride. Among them, NASA aerospace engineer Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Nguyen, film producer Carrie-Anne Flynn, pilot and journalist Lauren Sanchez, and of course, Katy Perry. Yes, that Katy Perry, the pop singer, the I Kissed a Girl lady, the woman who once wore a cupcake bra to the Grammys. That Katy Perry.
They've gone next level. The montage of them about them.
There, it's dark. It's like death.
And I'm so proud of us. I really am proud of me.
Flowers for me. I brought a daisy because I have so much love for my daughter Daisy, and I have so much love for Mother Earth.
If I can do this, I was telling these guys, I might even now get my ears pierced. I've never gotten my ears pierced because that hurts.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
5 women went up into space, right? Jeff Bezos, the man who paid for it all, sent his wife up, which tells you something about their marriage, doesn't it? I think he was hoping she wouldn't come back.
Olivia Wilde reposted an image of Katy Perry kissing the ground. She was acting like she got back from Apollo 13.
It's so much money to go to space. Yeah. There's a lot of people who can't even afford eggs. What are they going to do up there that has made it better for us down here?
Katy Perry held a flower. Supposedly she sang.
Katie sang, "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
That nice?
Come on.
She sang, "What a Wonderful World."
Had I been one of the chosen few revolutionary women, I probably would have just jumped out and let the void of space either suck me in and destroy me, or just begun my descent to Earth at terminal velocity and probably caught fire on the way down. You know, either way, there are many options.
Somehow, she landed on a spaceship, and instead of being inspired or amazed, she filmed content. She stared into the camera. Not at Earth, not at space, at the camera. Because heaven forbid we go 5 seconds without a close-up. This was outer space. And she treated it like a reality show confessional. And to be fair, if it was just a dumb moment, we'd move on. But Katy Perry, queen of not knowing when to stop, didn't just post it. She doubled down.
And you know it's bad when other celebrities come out and mock you. Like that celebrity on celebrity violence almost never happens. But we're witnessing it right now.
That space mission this morning, that's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody for what was the marketing there. And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally.
Please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin' ride. Whenever a man goes up, no one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted. There was nothing frivolous about what we did. The what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that.
And right when you think the story's about to die, guess who shows up? South Park, the legends. The last remaining creators in Hollywood who don't care about your pronouns, your publicist, or your Twitter backlash. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the guys who have been roasting celebrities since the late 90s and still haven't missed a beat, are turning Katy Perry's space meltdown into an episode. According to leaks, this is coming in episode 4 of South Park season 27. The plot, a satirical retelling of the Blue Origin flight, where a group of celebrities, including parody versions of Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos. Now let's talk about what everyone's thinking, but too scared to say. Was this spaceflight even real? Or was it just a $400,000 Hollywood photo shoot with Wi-Fi? Let's break it down.
This doesn't look like a pleasant landing. The median age of these women, oh, this is gonna get me in trouble, is like 60. And this seems like a really, seems like a tough landing. Seems like some of these ladies that are definitely past their prime might not be able to crawl out of their little folding chairs that they're sitting in too easily from that, but they all did.
First off, the capsule, it looked way too clean, like fresh out of the box clean. Real space capsules re-enter Earth's atmosphere looking burnt and beat up. This one looked like it just left a Tesla showroom.
Like, why exactly does the little dickhead that they're in have absolutely no signs of re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. You can see there, clean as a whistle, that pod. And this is what a pod looks like when it's returned from space. Right here. Here's the Dragon X capsule. You can see the thing is burnt to hell. Why does it look so clean exactly? Why? I don't know.
And the door, it opens inward, like a bathroom stall. Real space hatches open outward and lock under pressure, but this one had a knob like it came from IKEA. There's even video of someone inside about to open it before Jeff Bezos awkwardly runs over with a random tool to help.
Really? Rob, I don't know if you have any of the critic stuff or not. Do you have any of this stuff on how they open a door first and then they have to reopen the door and they have to say, go back in there, and then Jeff Bezos falls. Poor guy's tripping. He's having a hard time.
You're telling me here they just had a doorknob and they can just swing it open in space? Seems like a very bad safety procedure. That wouldn't have ended well. But then something remarkable happens in this video. The minder runs up and says, don't open the door, don't do that. Watch. Don't open it, don't open it. Oh. So then Jeff Bezos goes and gets some fake tool. So they literally open the door. They get told not to open the door. Jeff Bezos gets some like fake prop and then opens it up. What?
And that whole zero gravity moment they hyped, you can film that on a plane. It's called the vomit comet. Happens all the time. You go up, dive down, and boom, weightless for a few seconds. Add dramatic music, crop the windows, and you've got your space moment.
Looks like it would on a windy day. It doesn't look like what happens when you're in actual zero gravity. This is what an astronaut's hair looks like in zero gravity. See this? It's quite different. It definitely doesn't look like zero G's, and that's because it's not. Because they're not actually in space. We actually know what happened here.
The flight lasted 10 minutes, and only 3 of those were weightless. Yet Katy Perry landed like she just discovered a new planet. You still buying this?
A very interesting photograph surfaced this past week of a hand, clearly a plastic hand, inside of the Blue Origin space pod. But it is from a test flight before this launch. This is from a test flight before the launch. Here's like a different angle of it. This is from a 2017 test flight from a different angle.
Katy Perry's animated character reportedly gets her face injected mid-flight, and it starts melting in zero gravity. That's the level of parody we're dealing with. Her vanity literally collapses under the pressure of physics. That's not just comedy, that's satire. That's poetic justice.
We are the Taking Up Space crew. There's 6 of us, all women. It's a historical flight to space because it's the first time that all women have been in space.
The accomplishment of Blue Origin is that Katy Perry went to space. Do you see the difference? Do you understand the difference here? The accomplishment is not that, it is not in the hands of these women. These women did nothing. Truly, they could not have possibly done less for this 11-minute voyage.
It's space tourism. The fact that they're trying to sell it as some revolutionary thing is f***ing hilarious. Yeah, first all-female flight crew. It's not a flight crew. That's like I'm calling myself the flight crew because I went on Soarin' at Epcot at Disney World. Did you know I'm also a paranormal investigator because I've been on the Haunted Mansion at Disney World approximately 6 times?
Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos, who South Park already roasted back in 2018, as a telepathic, power-mad alien, is back again. This time, he's running the whole show. Bezos as the evil mastermind, shipping off celebrities into space to test luxury cosmetic procedures on their faces, like some Bond villain with a beauty startup.
It's mine, I get it.
Perhaps you should no longer be a Prime member.
Please, I'm trying to get everyone back to work. I'm gonna do everything that I can.
Then we have an understanding. Goodbye, Mayor.
South Park gets it. They cracked the code. Just show the real world exactly as it is. No need to exaggerate. And it becomes hilarious. Because let's be honest, reality is already a joke. All they have to do is draw it. Let's rewind. In 2023, South Park dropped Joining the Panderverse, a savage takedown of Disney, gender-swapped remakes, identity politics, and the empty shell of modern Hollywood. They went after Kathleen Kennedy. They went after Bob Iger. They even roasted themselves. That special blew up. It broke records. standards.
Everyone in town is like, no, please, Kathleen Kennedy, stop ruining everything. But Kathleen Kennedy is all like, put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more land. And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, no, what's going on with my stocks? No, Kathleen Kennedy.
And now with season 27, they're bringing that same energy to celebrities like Katy Perry, who treat spaceflight like a red carpet. These are the people who believe they're untouchable, who think their platforms make them immune to mockery. South Park is about to prove them wrong. Again.
Earth looked it was so quiet. It was just quiet.
And now we're supposed to celebrate her crossing new barriers for women, meaning boinking a billionaire and getting a free ticket to space for 11 minutes.
It was belittling to women. And
I'm still stuck on the fact that Gayle King actually used the word astronauts. You are there on a vanity project of Jeff Bezos and his fiance. They got in their special Oscar de la Renta designed suits, laid down in a capsule, and came back in 10 minutes, you guys.
They admired the universe, and what they were expecting was for us to admire the fact that they were rich enough and famous enough to have been granted this utterly, utterly vacuous experience from which they learned absolutely nothing.
And you know what? It's overdue. Because the fact that someone could go to space and still find a way to make it performative, to turn a literal rocket launch into an opportunity for self-promotion, that tells you everything about our culture. This wasn't a scientific breakthrough. This was a content farm, a billion-dollar influencer stunt designed to manufacture inspirational clips for Instagram Reels.
Feels like you hand-selected a couple of friends to go do this. I mean, it should have been a lottery system like Willy Wonka where just 7 random people
pull out some guy who's not supposed to be here.
Just a cashier at HEB, someone from MS-13.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Get him in. Someone from Tren de Agua and Lauren Sanchez and Gayle King. And
they want to be called heroes. They want to be called brave explorers. Your baggage, your literal luggage, ladies.
And the kicker? Katy Perry still thinks she's the hero. She still thinks she inspired girls around the world. Meanwhile, the only thing she inspired was the South Park animation team to boot up Maya and start drawing her face melting off. The truth is, this is what happens when celebrity culture spirals out of control, when fame becomes a shield, when criticism is reframed as oppression, when going to space becomes less about wonder and more about branding.
The reason that Katy Perry is not technically an astronaut right now is because none of the people in this capsule could actually operate anything. It was all being remotely controlled. So it was cool. They took a very, very expensive, very, very cool roller coaster ride.
Lauren Sanchez was also reduced to tears by the experience.
6 women just did the same flight that he didn't.
Oh, I just want to keep hugging you.
We duplicated the trajectory of Alan Shepard's flight back in the day.
In case you didn't know, Alan Shepard is famous because he was the first American to go to space in 1961. So we don't celebrate the people who do it as on a tourist trip 60 years later. We celebrate the people who were the first to do it. Gayle doesn't want us to say that she took a ride, but that is in fact what she did. She took a ride on a remotely piloted craft. Anyone who denies my achievement is sexist.
South Park saw that. They smelled the desperation, and they did what they do best. They pointed at it, laughed, and said, yeah, this is stupid. So here's what we've got: a billionaire rocket launch, a crew of fame-chasing influencers, a pop star hijacking a scientific moment for clout, a backlash that gets reframed as sexism, a cartoon that drags every last one of them straight to hell. And if you think this is the end, it's not. It's only the beginning. Because every time a celebrity tries to reframe their cringe as a noble cause, every time someone rich and famous fails upward, every time a publicist tries to rewrite history in real time,